Okay, I think I've just spotted a massive bear trap in Cardano's price action. And if I'm right, this could be the setup for ADA's biggest rally since 2020. Here's the crazy part though, whales just scooped up over $20 million worth of ADA and the charts are flashing a golden cross. Charles Hoskinson just revealed something about Ethereum's design that changes everything for Cardano. In the next few minutes, I'm going to break down exactly why this so-called bear trap might actually launch ADA to levels nobody is ready for. So stick with me because this is where things get explosive. Let's go. So we're going to start here then, and I want to talk about an article from just a few days ago. I think it was about 4 days ago. And in this article, Cardano ADA's recent rally may not be as bullish as it seems, with analysts warning of a potential 45% drop despite a broader market recovery signal. And obviously this is in the lead up to the Fed interest rate decision, which is later today. So I'm expecting the market to be volatile with some great buying opportunities, and at the moment we're seeing it all being priced in, and that's what leads to the volatility. So Cardano ADA recently surged to 90 cents, which caught traders' attention, but warning signs are flashing red despite riding a broader crypto comeback wave. ADA could be setting up for a brutal correction. And it's all to do with this dangerous technical pattern. Obviously, this was September 12th, its best level in 2 weeks and 80% higher than June's bottom. But the chart tells a different story. Cardano ADA has been in a rising wedge pattern, and the trend from March highs and June lows get closer. So this is what they're talking about in this article, right? But where I believe that this is actually, a number of articles that lead in to, what I believe is probably one of the biggest bear traps at the moment. Cardano's price prediction here: Santander OpenBank offers Cardano to customers, but the technical pattern signals Cardano ADA could rally to as high as $5. Cardano price predictions gain traction as Santander, and I don't like Santander, I want to be clear, they debanked me in the UK, terrible bank, don't bank with them. Obviously just my opinion based on my personal experience. You do you. I'm just giving you my views and opinions. But OpenBank offerings ADA to 2 million customers, while technical patterns signal cup and handle breakout targeting $5. So the cup and handle could lead to a massive rally for Cardano ADA. Obviously, it's great that Santander, a bank that I don't like, has open bank integrations and integrates ADA into its tradable crypto offerings to 2 million people plus. Again, really, really good for Cardano, just not a bank that I actually like. Santander, I think, have treated me terribly, debanking me for the basic reason of investing in XRP, and Ripple are a partner of Santander. Back in 2020, I think I invested 13 grand from Santander, my personal joint account with my wife, and they debanked me, right? For the crime of investing in cryptocurrency. Apparently I was just too much of a risk for them. But 2 million users get direct access to Cardano. The integration eliminates the need for Santander's 2 million customers to transfer funds to external platforms, while providing institutional backing and security protections mandated by the European markets in crypto asset regulations, MiCA. So the bank has also disclosed that its selected cryptocurrencies include Cardano ADA, will be made available to customers in Spain over the coming weeks. It includes obviously Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. And again, this is another really strong indication that there is big institutional interest in Cardano ADA. So, after timing the top, the TD indicator suggests it's time to buy Cardano ADA. So like it's a trap, a bear trap potentially, according to many articles, right? And this is where people are thinking that it's time to sell, when in actual fact, the fundamentals, the upgrades for Cardano's blockchain are indicating something completely different. They are indicating potentially a bear market or a bear trap, I should say. A bear market trap, I was going to say, but it's a bear trap. And look, I think that we are going to see some price volatility, right? Like the Fed interest rate potential cut. I've been forecasting 25 basis points for about 8+ months now to happen September. If I'm right, which I think I am, and I think I've been very strong in my conviction, if that happens, expect volatility. If it's 50 basis points, which I don't think it will be, I think there's like a 10% chance of that happening. Anybody telling you that that's most likely what's going to happen, in my opinion, don't really understand economics. I don't think that's going to happen. Never say never. Obviously, nothing's guaranteed in crypto or finance, whether that's stocks as well, right, or bonds. But look, I do want to be quite clear on all this stuff, right? Nobody has a crystal ball. I'm not a financial advisor. Treat this purely as entertainment purposes only. Go away, do your own research, and never invest more than you're willing to lose, because you do risk losing it all, right, in crypto and any other financial instrument. So take what I say with a pinch of salt. It's just my personal opinion on what I read, my research from fundamental viewpoint, and the technical analysis and sentiment as well, right? Like I look at a whole range of different metrics, right? So we've got Cardano co-founder claims his current work reflects blockchain's design features he first planned for Ethereum. So Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano and the co-founder of Ethereum, has often drawn parallels between his original vision for Ethereum and the development path of Cardano ADA. Hoskinson has stated that Cardano embodies the design principles he intended, or initially, I should say, intended for Ethereum, emphasizing a blockchain built on rigorous research, scalability, and sustainability. So really, really cool stuff there. Again, I want to touch on the potential for this being a bear trap right now. Cardano news: holder growth fuels bullish outlook. So we've got really good technical patterns. We've got big institutional access rails being implemented. We've got growth of users and coin holders or token holders growing. We've got more people joining the ecosystem. The ecosystem is growing. We've got implementation of bridges to Bitcoin for access to Bitcoin liquidity, DeFi, scalability solutions, and a compliant privacy layer all in the works. So for me, it's all kind of lining up really, really well, right? So why does 3.125 million holders matter? It isn't just a vanity metric. It tells us something real about Cardano staying power. The growth continues from several factors. Over half of all Cardano ADA is staked, which keeps it off exchanges, reduces selling pressure. DeFi protocols like MinSwap are pulling in more liquidity and users. Both retail and institutional money is flowing into proof of stake assets. And people are betting on Cardano's long-term vision. So really, really bullish there. And then we got Cardano confirms a golden cross bullish momentum building. And again, the technical setups are gaining traction. They are talking about, golden crosses, very positive, moves happening into the actual charts that from a technical standpoint, right? So, we've got an extended period of consolidation for Cardano ADA with signs of very big, moves in the coming days, at least from a potential viewpoint, right? And nothing guaranteed. Cardano eyes major breakout as monthly chart mirrors the 2020 bull run setup. So again, It's that consolidation period. It's mirroring what happened in 2020. And again, this is something that I've been forecasting for some time, right? I'm not just making stuff up and just putting out just nonsense. I'm putting out stuff that I truly believe in, that I've been forecasting, putting a lot of work in to have one of, if not the most accurate forecasting I can possibly do, right? Utilizing all sorts of different tools, including AI, right? Like there's a lot of people that don't seem to like AI at the minute. But it's a very powerful tool to support you with your forecasting and understanding of economics. So I would encourage everybody to really educate yourselves on economics. I encourage you to do fundamental analysis. Lots of people are into the technicals, but the technicals don't tell you the full picture. This is why Nick and myself make a phenomenal team, because Nick does the technical analysis, I do the fundamental analysis. We bring that together and it gives us a much better picture. But look, things are looking pretty healthy for Cardano ADA. And again, I expect volatility before we get this big move to the upside. 2020 was one of the biggest bull runs setups in history. This one's going to be bigger, in my humble opinion. Time will tell whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong, and I don't mind which way it goes. I just want to improve as an analyst, right? When it comes to economics and fundamentals. Cardano ADA price prediction: price dips 7% as whale accumulation reaches 20 million ADA. So 20 million tokens scooped up by whales. Again, just another really positive sign that we should be expecting a big move to the upside. When this happens and whales buy big, it tends to mean that price will follow. Not always, but it has historically done that, right? Again, no guarantees that it continues to play out. Past performance is no guarantee for future performance. I want to be clear on that, right? Like, I have a phenomenal accuracy when it comes to predictions. Doesn't mean that my next prediction is going to be right. Like, there's no guarantee of that, right? So, just be mindful of all of that, right? It's easy to get caught out. The total market cap of crypto globally is at $4.03 trillion. My expectation is peak of the bull run, that's around $10 trillion. We're nowhere near that just yet, so we've got more room to grow. The fear and greed index is at 51, which is neutral, and altcoin season is at 69%, which is pretty high. We got Bitcoin at 116,340. It's actually up almost 1% at 0.89%. And then we've got Cardano, which we're here to talk about today, up 0.28% in the past 24 hours at 87 cent 18. So that gives you an idea of what's going on in the market. What I have been sort of indicating to people is actually Cardano ADA over the last year has outperformed a lot of other assets. It's up 161% in the past 12 months. If we have a look at Bitcoin, over the last 12 months, it's at 96.23%. So Cardano has outperformed Bitcoin. It's outperformed Ethereum, because Ethereum's at 93%. It's, where is it? It's outperformed Chainlink, which is at 117.03%. I just want to give people, a broader sense of how well Cardano ADA is doing right now, how well it can still do, because I think there's so much room in the tank. My price prediction, I think easily likely, in my humble opinion, it is just an opinion. It doesn't mean I'm right. It doesn't mean it's guaranteed, just so we're clear. I'm not a financial advisor. Treat this as entertainment purposes only, right? I think we see a new all-time high. I think that's a given. I think that, in my opinion, inevitable, right? No guarantees, but in my opinion, inevitable, right? And I'm entitled to an opinion. $5, I think, is realistic. $7 is like blue sky, a road that's clear, no bumps in the road, no potholes, anything like that, right? Like, has to be smooth drive, right, to get there. Otherwise, it just doesn't, right? We're talking about everything going to plan, and not everything always goes to plan. Anything above that would just be like dreamland, right? You're dreaming. Like, it doesn't mean it's impossible, but you're dreaming, right? $10, $15, $20, you're in dreamland. That's my views, my opinions, and maybe I'm wrong. Like maybe this is the biggest bull run that we're about to have. Maybe I believe that, you know, some of these prices aren't achievable right now, like for this bull run. I'm not saying that they're never achievable. I want to be clear on that, right? I've kind of said this. I expect altcoins, multiple altcoins, to flip Bitcoin in the future. That's an expectation. Again, something, my opinion, inevitable. Because when all the money comes onto the blockchain, it's not going on Bitcoin. It's going to go on several different altcoins. It could go on Cardano. It could go on Ethereum. It could go on Solana, Sui, Aptos, a new altcoin that doesn't even exist yet, right? And once all that money comes on, it's going to be far more than the money that's in Bitcoin. It's like kind of saying Bitcoin is like gold. This is what they say. Gold 2.0, that's what they say, not what I say, what they say, right? Is gold more valuable than the rest of all of the assets and money in the world? Well, the answer is no. So with that in mind, that is kind of what I'm saying with altcoins. You know, Bitcoin's going to be gold 2.0 as people were telling us, and the rest of the money is going to go into some, not all, layer ones, perhaps some layer twos, perhaps some layer zeros or layer threes, and they're going to flip Bitcoin. That's my long-term view, right? This isn't about making quick money. This isn't about taking loads of risks. I want people to, you know, engage with a financial advisor. I want people to do their own research. Don't invest based on anything that I say in any of these videos. It's just opinion-based, entertainment-based, educational-based content. I'm not a financial advisor. Treat it like that, right? Do your own research, see whether stuff resonates with you. Never invest more than you're willing to lose, because you do risk losing it all. I want to be really clear and concise with everybody, because I want you all to succeed. And the only way you succeed is not by just listening to random people on YouTube, Twitter, or any other social media platform. It's by dedicating the time, learning. You know, go check out Cheeky Crypto Education, learn about what oracles are, learn about what layer ones are, layer twos, and so on. Learn that stuff, educate yourself, and make your own decisions based on your own research and your own convictions and your own financial world that you live in, right? Because everybody's different ages, everybody's got different, you know, earning potential, different current earnings, you know, current lifestyle, everything. It's all different. Everybody's an individual. That's why you can't treat this as anything other than entertainment purposes only. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Hopefully it was educational. Hopefully it was helpful. It's just my views, my opinions. If you want more of that and you want my economic outlooks, my reports, join us in the free Discord, link in the description of the video, and I'll catch you in tomorrow's video.